Oh, what's up? Just burned my hand really bad on a stupid skillet, and I'm like nauseous and everything. But I got my CBD lotion and I rubbed it on the wound just about 10 minutes ago, and it seems to be working. I pretty much grabbed the pan basically completely from palm to fingertip, like I was about to pick it up. I had put it in the oven for about 20 minutes at 350, and then you pull the skillet out, and then I forgot that it was still hot. Oh my god. Anyway, I put some Vaseline on it as well because my doctor friend who I called told me that's what I should do. But I got nauseous, dude. I got nauseous. Oh, dude, I don't know what's gonna happen with this. Okay, so I just talked to my other friend, who's also my sister-in-law, who is a doctor, a nurse. She's a physician's assistant. She told me to take the Vaseline off and just put on the soothing lotion. So I had to basically, it's starting to blister, if you can see, but I had to basically wipe off the Vaseline with a paper towel, and that was super painful. But the middle finger and the ring finger are starting to blister now. Okay, so I talked to yet another person about what to do in case of a burn, and they said to use cold raw tomatoes, and I had just so happened to get some raw tomatoes along with the leeks that I had gotten that caused this burn. So the tomatoes were supposed to go in a salad tomorrow, but they are actually helping. I mean, I when she told me this, I thought she was crazy, like anybody would, but I don't know. It's just because the tomatoes are cold, but as soon as they touch the burn, it like really does help. Like my hand feels so much better just right now. This is really, 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 really working. I love the way my hand feels right now with these tomatoes. Alright, so it's been about 2 hours since I burned my hand. I've tried tomatoes, I've tried CBD lotion, and I've tried ice water with the tomatoes, and I think so far the most soothing thing was just putting my hand in ice water with the tomato juice, because as soon as I took it out, it started to hurt. So I don't. What I want to test next is if it was the tomato juice that was making me feel better, or if it was the ice water. So what I'm going to do is put CBD lotion on my hand, put it in this plastic bag, and then put ice in this thing, and then just hold my hand over it so I can put the CBD lotion on and then just put it under ice. So this is the setup now. I'm basically just grabbing the ice. Oh, it feels really good. The ice really helps. Oh, the ice feels really good. I got the salve on underneath too. Anyway, watching a little playoff basketball. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Go Jazz. Yeah, buddy. All right, I wanted to give you an update on my hand. It feels amazing, actually. What I didn't expect was for the pain to be gone so quickly. I basically slept with it in wrapped up with some blister bandages with the CBD oil and stuff, the CBD lotion from Evergreen Lotus. And I'm shocked at how much little pain there is. There's just some blisters that are happening, but I'm actually able to finally type on a computer, which I didn't expect. So I would say that what I learned from this experience is don't burn your hand. And then second, I think the tomatoes seem to work. I think it's crazy. I don't know how or why. I hope it's not just because it was cold and that's what was relieving it. But what I was told is that the tomato will actually help, reduce the scarring and stuff, and reduce and increase the healing times. And it seems to be like that. The second thing is the CBD lotion was a huge, huge help. It definitely helped with the inflammation and with some of the pain. And then just icing it, keeping it on ice. I did hear that icing a burn is bad, but I just know from the pain that I was feeling, as soon as I put it on ice, it felt amazing. and I just had to keep it on ice for about 2 hours, 2 3 hours afterwards. And it like as soon as I took it off the ice, it would start hurting again really bad, and then I just had to keep it on ice. So that's what I think would be the best. But I really do think that the CBD lotion, I'm so glad I had it. It was super useful. So yeah, um, don't burn your hands. All right, so this is day 7 update on this burn, and honestly, I can't believe how fast it healed. I really do think the CBD lotion helped out a ton. Basically, these things popped around like day 4. Well, that was partially because I was playing softball, and like this did end up blistering, and then I was doing push-ups, and it just popped, and then these two popped while I was playing softball, and didn't hurt at all, and then they just kind of started to callus over a little bit, like this is like really rough skin, and now they're starting to peel. So like, but like it really hasn't been painful at all ever since. So this is like, you can still see some of the scarring here, but overall, man, this is like pretty much all healed up. Right, so basically, here's what I learned from burning my hand. Here's what I would do. Here's what I wouldn't do, and here's my suggestions. Some suggestions for you. First of all, if you burned your hand and you're watching this video, you might want to think about going to the doctor first. This wouldn't be the first thing I would watch. But here's what I learned. I would put it on ice. Ice was really helpful. Unless there's a reason, the doctor here that can tell me why it's not a good idea to put it on ice. I heard it was not good. I heard it didn't matter. Personally, it helped so much. I put it on ice, and I would do it again because the pain just went away immediately. The tomato thing was kind of silly. I don't know if it worked or not. It did feel good, but I think it might have just been because the tomato was cold. Then again, the person who told me that said that it would help with scarring, and there's like very little scarring, and so I don't know what to say about the tomato. I might give it a shot. It didn't hurt for sure. So that's the one thing. And then I would take much better care of my blisters afterwards. Once the pain was gone, which is all I really cared about, I didn't really take very good care of it, and that's not a good idea. So, I basically just let the blisters kind of pop, and then I didn't put any Neosporin on them ever, and then they calloused over, and now they're peeling. Like, I pretty much just ignored it right after the pain went away. So, probably a good idea to take better care of the blisters. And then one thing I wanted to share too is like, you kind of saw me laying on the ground in the videos. It's because I was in shock, like I really was. I felt very nauseous, and that was actually the most it's surprising thing about the whole ordeal was how much I was in shock, and I just couldn't stand up. My knees were weak. I could barely think. I kind of got nervous and I freaked out. I called a bunch of people. I thought it was way worse than it really was, which are all just symptoms of shock. And so it's hard because I was by myself, so no one was there to calm me down and everything, and I didn't know how bad it really was, and I thought for sure I was gonna have to go to the hospital or something. And it turns out that it really wasn't that bad. It was just barely worse than a sunburn. I mean, other than the blistering. So the thing that I did that really helped with the going into shock was a thing called Wim Hof breathing. You may have heard of Wim Hof. He has this kind of breathing exercise that helps you calm down your autonomic nervous system. I think I do it every morning anyway, so I already knew about it and then what it can do for sort of your nervous system. And so I tried that in the middle of freaking out, and it actually really did help. So however you want to calm down, however is best for you, it's up to you. I recommend the Wim Hof breathing. It was really interesting because when you do the Wim Hof breathing, you feel these tingles and stuff through your whole body normally. When I did it when I was in shock, I could only feel this like tingling right around my nerves right here. So I felt it in this hand and in this hand, and then the connecting nerves between like my upper body. And it was like I could feel my nervous system like freaking out basically, and I couldn't feel any tingling like I normally would above or below this line here, which was just weird. And then I also this hand got completely numb, like it took the pain away completely when I did the Wim Hof breathing, and so that was actually shocking. And so immediately after the burn, you have to worry about shock more than anything, and then within the next few hours after the burn,
Like I said, I think ice, CBD lotion, or a kind of pain lotion, if you have, I think that was super helpful. So that's what I learned. I never thought I'd know anything about second degree burns, but now I do. So that's it.